Hey guys, welcome to my September/October Q&A video. Basically, I'm going to be taking all the questions that were asked in September and in October, and I will answer them. Now, I apologize for missing September. It's just that, September, the end of September came at a weird time. I had been living at my dorm for like a week at that point, and, so I was still getting used to things, and it was all weird. And I had to I had yet to patch things up with my roommate to where I could record stuff. So now I've taken care of that. So now I can do the Q&As at the end of October. So happy Halloween, everyone. Unless this gets up tomorrow, but either way, it's coming up. So let's just do this. And also another thing, this next week is you guys are gonna start seeing Let's Play episodes again. Yep, no joke. I've already recorded like 3 Super Mario Galaxy episodes this week for next week. So it's not going to be a daily thing, but at least I'm getting them started. So with that out of the way, let's start with the questions. First of all, in September, I got 4 questions, I think, from TriforceTK. So let's answer those first. He says, how many siblings do you have? If you count, okay, so I have a half brother. So, I mean, we were born from the same mother, but we have different fathers. So, if you don't count that, then I have 0 siblings. I'm an only child. But I pretty much call him my brother, so I kind of do have a sibling, but meh. What is your favorite color, food, and board game? My favorite color is navy blue. My favorite food is, I think it's always been pizza, but, it's kind of debatable. And board game, let's see. I think my favorite board game, even though I haven't played it in a very long time, was the Game of Life. Even though it's a very long game, but still, I always thought it was meh. It's kind of fun. And what consoles/handhelds do you own? I own... Oh man, this is such a long list, but I own a Nintendo Entertainment System. My brother owns a Super Nintendo Entertainment System. I own a Nintendo 64, at least two. Yeah, I own 2 Nintendo GameCubes, a Wii, a Wii U, and a PlayStation 1. Those are the consoles that I own, the home consoles. I also have games on my PC. And as for handhelds, I have a regular Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy Advance SP, a Nintendo DS Lite, a Nintendo 3DS, a DSi XL, and a 3DS XL. So those are the handhelds I own and all the systems. So it's pretty much safe to say that I love Nintendo. I wouldn't call myself a fanboy because I respect all, the other 2 companies as giant gaming giants too. So, it's whatever. It is what it is. I just don't like to get, part of the console wars and stuff like that. I really don't care about them. I just play whatever I want to play. And his 4th question is, if someone had kept track of how many times you swore all your life, how many do you think there would be? I don't know. It'll probably be... All I know is that I've been swearing since 8th grade, so let's see, that's 5 years of swearing, and so there are plenty of days in those 5 years where I did not swear, but I don't know, some days I swear multiple times, so let's assume that I swear at least once every day for the past 5 years. Wait, 5 years, is that right? Because that was, yeah, 5 years. Because, alright, I'm going to put this in my calculator. 365 times 5. So if I were to cuss, assuming that I cuss on average once a day, because I cuss some days not all, but other days at least, twice or whatever, then it would be at least 1,825 times that I've sweared in my life. but let's assume that it's probably more like around 2,000 times. So let's go with 2,000, I guess. And that's basically, that answers all TriforceTK's questions. And Data007 asks, what is the scariest thing you've seen in a video game? Oh, I think, well, probably the scariest game I've played is Slender Man, or just Slender as it's called, I guess. Slender the 8 Pages. But the scariest thing I've truly seen in a video game, I think would be the, I think it's called the Dead Kremling script in Donkey Kong 64. I know it's kind of like, kind of lame for a scariest thing, but that's pretty much the most memorable scary thing I've seen in a video game, because it is pretty creepy. Creepy Castle is not an unfit name for that level. It is pretty scary. And I do think that the crypt is the scariest part of it, because you hear like the moaning of a zombie in the background. I mean, like the moaning that sounds like it's, having sex in its grave. And on top of that, if you're in the crypts that houses the golden bananas for Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and Chunky Kong, it's red in there, and you can see bones, like the remains of Kremlings on the walls. And this is a game that is rated E. No joke. So they got some pretty scary shit in that game. Okay, let's add that to the counter. It's now 2001 times, I swear. Okay, enough of that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say for what is the scariest thing I've seen. Super Vegito has 3 questions. He asks, do you think you may do playthroughs on Sonic games? I started a Let's Play of Sonic the Hedgehog a long time ago, and I only got like 1 episode done, I think. And this is way back in the summer of 2012. No, actually, it wasn't even the summer yet. It was like June 1st, 2012. Because in 2012, I kind of participated in something called the 16-bit summer. I basically, they just sent me the intro for the Let's Plays to confirm that. So I put that in, and I started doing 16-bit games, and the first one was Sonic the Hedgehog. And my plan was to have that Let's Play be just 4 episodes where I take on like 2 zones at once. If you go back and watch the first episode, I played through Green Hill Zone and Marble Zone, and that's as far as I got for Let's Play. I just didn't record anymore. But my plan was to upload 1 episode every, I think it was like 10 days or so, like 1 on June 1st, then 1 on June 10th, 20th, 30th. Pretty much that was my plan for the Sonic Let's Play if it were to take place, but it did not. So, I mean, like, besides the first episode, but maybe someday I'll finish it. I mean, like, it's just 3 episodes, but the thing is that it's a really tough game, so meh. Just meh. It's just something of the future works, I guess. Second question is, do you think that the newer SpongeBob episodes are better than the old? I don't think they are, but I don't think they're the worst thing that ever came. Some of them are terrible, I will agree, but I'm one of those people who is just kind of neutral and just goes, okay, I'll just watch this episode and see if it's good. If it's bad, then I'll never watch it again. If it's good, then I'll watch it several times. I know the show has changed. I'm fully aware of that, but I grew up with this show. I can't stop watching it. Even if the episodes are really crappy, I just can't. It's still SpongeBob. I mean, I know that's a sad fact because, some episodes really do suck big, but I don't know. It's just something that I really don't know how to explain it. It's just something that I do. You can sue me all you want, but that's pretty much just what I'm into, so, oh well. I mean, like, yeah, I agree. The episodes are terrible. They are terrible. I agree. But, yeah, it is what it is. This third question is, how well do you see SpongeBob being in a few years? I've heard rumors that they're canceling it before the 10th season. I don't think that's true because it's really the only thing that's making Nickelodeon money right now. It's the only show they kept running this long. Well, besides Timmy, I mean, Fairly Odd Parents, but yeah. Honestly, I can't really make any good judgments myself because the second movie is coming out, so it's coming out in February. Now, where it goes from there is a huge mystery because we know it continued after the first movie and it wasn't supposed to. So, what's going to happen after the second movie comes out? That's a mystery. So, honestly, it's really hard to assume what's going to happen because the second movie and all. But yeah, again, it is what it is. Let's see. So J-Man Gaming says he is a big fan of mine, and he created his channel just to comment and ask a question for my next Q&A. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. But yeah, definitely try out what features YouTube has to offer. Start making videos. See if you like it or not. But if you just want to watch other people and comment, that's cool too, as long as you're not trolling. But he says he has 2 questions. Do you like Star Wars? Why or why not? Star Wars is a wonderful it's not a perfect franchise. It's not, but because I know that people aren't a big fan of the people kind of debate over the first 3 episodes since they came out. Well, it's not the fact that they came out later, but the fact that they weren't as good. Honestly, I'm kind of neutral on it because I've seen all the movies, but it's not really something that I'm into that much. I don't know. So it's not really something I can make a judge on because again, it's not my thing. But I respect it as a series, so you could go either way with that. And his other question is, if you had to choose between Patrick or SpongeBob to be your best friend, who would it be and why? Definitely SpongeBob, because he may be, at least old SpongeBob, he may be ignorant, but he's not stupid like Patrick. And I knew if I had Patrick, he would try to pressure me to do stupid stuff, like obviously not drink or anything like that, but he would still be that friend who tries to pressure you to do stupid stuff, because that's what he is. That's the kind of friend he is. But he's not a horrible friend. But still, I'd rather have SpongeBob, who is ignorant but not stupid, or naive, more I guess is the correct term. But yeah. So yeah, definitely SpongeBob. Oh, and thank you for. But yeah. So yeah, thanks for creating your account to ask the questions, but definitely do other things. There's a lot on YouTube to explore, both good and bad. So thank you, J-Man Gaming. And I now have 3 questions from the Portal Pony Gamer. Yeah, his first question is, what's some of your favorite YouTube poopers? Oh, that's I know one of them's Emperor Lemon. He's pretty funny. I used to watch Barney is Perverted, but I think his channel got taken down or something. Well, actually, I think he's still up, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not really sure what happened because I can't remember if I either couldn't find his channel or if it just he's just not making YouTube poops anymore. But yeah, there's also Dan Fango, I think whatever his name is. He's really awesome too. There's just so many names, actually. It's really hard to, yeah. But that's pretty much all I can think of off the top of my head. But because most of the times whenever I see YouTube poop, it's from someone who I'm not familiar with, but they do really good. So I subscribe to them to watch more of them. But it's tough to name all of them. So, but yeah, that's a few of them. Is Emperor Lemon and Barney's Perverted and Sin Tragedy 98, I think so. Yeah, he's also pretty good. His second question is thoughts on Shrek. Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Moving on. Number 3, what's your favorite Valve game? I don't have a Valve account, so I don't really have a favorite. So, is it? Just tell me in the comments, well, actually, you don't need to. I'll just research it, after this YouTube. What? I just don't. I never tried out Valve, but I heard it's a pretty nice nice thing to try. So whatever. Next question is from Jordan McKenzie. He says, on a scale of 1 through 10, what would you rate every SpongeBob season? And have you heard of Pieguyrulz? Oh dang. Let's see. Let's start with season 1. I would give season 1 a let's see, a 9 maybe. I don't know. It's not perfect. It's got like one or two episodes that's kind of meh, but I just give it a it's really tough actually. I don't think any season is perfect. It has its, meh episodes and bad episodes, but yeah, I definitely give one a 9. Season 2, I think season 2 would also be a 9. Season 3, season 3 also 9. So seasons 1 through 3, they'd all be 9. Season 4 be like a 7, I guess. Season 5 is a 6, I guess. And then season 6, I'd probably give like a 5 because that's probably one of the worst seasons of all. Season 7, that's pretty debatable between 5 and 6. Season 8 is not too bad, but it does have its steaming pile of shit. So let's go with let's go with the 6 again. Season 9 is, I think I'll go with a 8 or 7 for that, because season 9 is probably one of the better new seasons, but I don't know, it's just my opinion. So that's basically my ratings on all of them, on all the seasons of SpongeBob. And yes, I have heard of Pieguyrulz. I'm subscribed to him, and I watch him, and I love his every SpongeBob episode reviewed series. I'm watching that. I also watched all of his Nick or Treat episodes this month, and just a lot of cool stuff. So I really like his channel. I think it's a really good one. Next question is from Ben Wise. What is your next Let's Play? Sorry, I don't answer that. I never did, and I never will answer that question. You just have to wait for the trailers or whenever I reveal them on my Facebook page, because I typically reveal them on my Facebook page first. But I know everyone doesn't follow that, so it's best to just wait until either I announce it in a YouTube video or a trailer, or even sometimes they just come by surprise, like I just release them. So I just can't answer that question, sorry, because I don't know. When will you do insert game tile here? Insert game tile here is a pretty tough game, and that being said, it could be a while before I do it, but I still think it's a really good game, and everyone should definitely try insert game tile here. It's definitely a really good game, and it has its tough moments, but I'm definitely considering doing a Let's Play of it within this year. That would definitely be a good thing. But that's basically all I have to say about that. The next question comes from 19SebA5. Well, actually, it wasn't really, well, it sort of was, I guess. He said, didn't you say you were planning on doing an LP of a Zelda game? Yes, I am planning on doing an LP of a Zelda game, and I still want to say that's going to be this school year. But it's not like fall like I was planning to, because, things just kind of went iffy once I got to school. But definitely getting back on the Super Mario Galaxy next week, so at least I'll have that going. But right now, what I really want to do is just, go back and do everything that I didn't finish. But obviously, it's not going to happen. I mean, not right away. So, because it's kind of difficult to go back to a game you haven't played in years. But it's just something that's definitely going to happen. The Zelda game, definitely, it's got to happen this year. But it probably won't happen. I'll just say this: it probably won't happen until I'm done with Mario Galaxy, and I still have quite a ways to go with that game. So that's basically all I have to say about that. The next questions come from Machine Gunner 55. And he says, what are your thoughts on the Persona series, and have you played any of them? If you did, which is your favorite and why? If you didn't, do you have plans to play any of them? 2, are you a brony? If you are, which is your favorite pony? Okay, so first question. Persona series, I don't have an opinion of it yet because I haven't heard much about it. I usually, like, if a lot of people are talking about it, then I'll definitely try it out, see what it is, but I'm also open to obscure things, but I don't think it's obscure. It's probably not. But it's definitely something that I'd like to try out, and definitely at some point. But it's just really difficult because I'm a college student now. I'm paying like tens of thousands of dollars a year to go to school. So I'm really, kind of like a little bit concerned-ish for money. So I'm not trying to go on my way to get games that I'm not already planning on getting. So Persona would be on that category. I'm not saying I don't want to get it. I definitely want to try it out someday. But as far as I haven't really heard much about them, so not enough to have like an opinion, and especially not since I haven't tried them yet. So yeah, haven't played any of them, haven't heard much about them. If you did, which is your favorite, why? And yeah, I haven't. And if I ever get any of the games, then yes, I will probably do Let's Plays them eventually. Alright, and to answer your question, are you a brony? Even though somebody already answered that, yes, I am a brony. I watch the show, but that's nothing beyond that. That's pretty much all I do. I just watch the show, and I really, really love it. I think it's a really awesome show. I just watch it. That's all there is to it. And yes, my favorite pony is Fluttershy. Somebody already answered that, but I felt like I should, reiterate that too. I actually confessed this twice in the past, and both times were in 2012 because I started watching the show in late 2011 when the second season was starting, and I marathoned all of season 1 within 3 days, I think so, and then I started catching up with the show, and just the more episodes I watched, the more great. Like, the more awesome it got, and the more I just wanted to watch more. So you can definitely see, like, and I don't know, and the funny thing is that what got me into the show was the YouTube poops, pretty much. But again, I just watched the show. That's pretty much it. So if that's enough to be a brony, then yes, I guess I am. But not enough to where I'm just spamming it all over my channel. No, because some people go a little too far with that, but it is what it is. Again, it's not something I'm going to, fight about. It's just something I really, it's just a show I really enjoy watching. So, there's nothing wrong with that. But the reason why Fluttershy is my favorite pony is because, like, she's probably the one I can relate to the most because I am kind of shy too. I have, fears just like her, but seeing her overcome them is probably the best part. So I guess Hurricane Fluttershy is definitely one of the best episodes of the entire show because of that. Because that's pretty much what it's about. So that answers those questions. And next are from Xavier. The final questions actually come from Curtis Reed, and the first question he asks is, where in America do you live? Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I live in the United States, and I live in the state of Washington, not Washington, D.C., the actual northwest state of Washington. That's where I live, and I live I grew up on the west side. That's where I went to school. That's where my parents live. But now I'm not. Now I'm way over on the east side, and that's where I go to college at. So it's kind of like currently I live on the east side. I live in a town called Cheney, where I attend Eastern Washington University. That's where in America I live, and but yeah, it's like I've been pretty much all over the state. I grew up on the west, and now I go to college on the east. And his second question is, and what was your favorite game you ever played? I don't have a favorite game, but I am actually planning on making a top 15 um, video games. So I do have some favorites I'm probably going to try and find the favorite out of. But definitely, if I were to make a top 15 list, I think some that would definitely be in there would be Pikmin 2. I mean, like at the top, there would be Pikmin 2, Battle for Bikini Bomb, SpongeBob, DK64, Banjo-Kazooie. Those would all be my top favorites, but I don't know which games are actually my full favorites, so it's really tough to think of that. So, but that is pretty much it for these 2 months. So again, I apologize for being a month late on this, but either way, I answered all your questions, and I look forward to answering more next month. But for now, I am Multi-Classic Gamer, and I will see you guys later, I guess, and actually next week for the revival of Super Mario Galaxy. See you guys then. Bye.